And now, you will fly to him, and you will battle him. To the death. Black and blue.
Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice has just arrived at the movies. Here, the title heroes battle it out while also running into trouble with Lex Luthor. The two are definitely among the most legendary comic book characters of all time, but which of them scores the #1 spot? Let's find out once and for all who's the most iconic superhero ever. Will it be Batman or Superman? The first point goes to Superman for being first. He appeared in a comic back in 1938, while Batman made his debut a year later. Clark Kent's alter ego then went to radio and animation, but the Caped Crusader was the first to go live action, getting his own serial in 1943. Supes didn't get his till 48. A serial is something in between a movie and a TV show. It's like a series, but from back in the day when people didn't have TVs at home and had to watch the episodes in theaters. When it comes to actual TV programs, Superman was first, as he got his in 1952. Batman wouldn't follow for 14 years. But the second point goes to Batman for being the biggest franchise. He's starred in 2 TV series and has had 9 movies which grossed over $4 billion. Supes, on the other hand, has had 4 series and headlined 7 films, but they earned only just over $2 billion. Both have naturally been seen in tons of animated projects. The third checkmark also goes to Batman for the quality of his projects. His highest-rated adventure is The Dark Knight, which absolutely crushes the Man of Steel's top movie, the 1978 one titled Superman the Movie. When it comes to poorest reviews, Superman 4: The Quest for Peace is considered to be even worse than George Clooney's Batman and Robin. So the quality check favors Bruce Wayne, though he mostly has director Christopher Nolan to thank for it.
It's really terrific when people respond well to something you've done. I mean, sometimes people don't realize, I think, how long, when you make a film, when anybody makes a film, it's a very long process. So you really are committing your life, a couple of years of your life, to putting something that the audience watches in 2 hours. And so you do feel very protective of that. You feel very concerned about that. And when people like it, that's a tremendous feeling. It's incredibly gratifying.
A superhero is only as cool as the villains he faces. If they're just a bunch of idiots, then there's really no victory in defeating them. So the next point goes to Batman, setting the score at 3-1. Because let's face it, the Joker is just way cooler than Superman's biggest adversary, Lex Luthor. Also, General Zod may be tough, but he really can't compete with the likes of Ra's al Ghul, Bane, or the Scarecrow for that matter. The same can be said for the sidekicks. Superman only has Lois Lane, Perry White, and his foster parents, and they're not very helpful when he faces his enemies. Batman, on the other hand, has Robin, Alfred, Commissioner Gordon, Catwoman, and Harvey Dent, among many others, all powerful allies. This raises the count to 4-1. So far, things are looking pretty grim for the last survivor of Krypton, although he can still somewhat redeem himself in the final category, the Showdown. Superman would absolutely destroy the Gotham vigilante in a fight. He's an invulnerable alien with only one weakness, the rare outer space mineral called kryptonite, while Batman is just a martial arts-trained billionaire with a lot of gadgets. So the final result is a score of 4-2, making Batman the most iconic superhero of all time. But really, they're both winners, as they're undoubtedly the most beloved heroes ever.
These characters have been around for a long, long time. They've endured through all kinds of different political and cultural environments in the world. So, I mean, one of the most interesting things is how they've just proven so adaptable. You know what I mean? It could be resonant in the 1950s and in the 1960s. My son watches the Adam West TV show Batman's on, on Apple TV, and it's like that was really appealing then. It was a big part of the culture then, in the same way that it's a part of the culture now, and it's radically different. So there's something at the core of this character that people find compelling, and I wish I knew exactly what it was, but it's been successful for longer than I've been alive.
If you're still unsure about who you think is the ultimate hero, then catch Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice in a cinema near you.
If I wanted it, you'd be dead already.